bang! What's going on, guys? Tuned in an exciting new edition of the main event on Talkin Hands. Woo! As always, I'm your host, Preston. Joined by my host, Mr. Danny Betts. We're here to break down this weekend's main event action as Big Bang Zhang takes on Deontay Wilder. For getting that fight, as always, we'll have to recap the fights that were the previous week. Josh Taylor fought Jack Catterall. Jack Catterall gets the decision, a little wide on the scorecards. Danny, thoughts on the fight, scorecards, and I guess the future for both combatants?
It was a way better fight than the first one, so I was happy about that. Shout out to my guys in the chat, Andrew G, Winner Circle. It started off good. I mean, it was a good fight overall. But in the beginning, I know Catterall's jab, he was landing a good jab. It set the pace pretty well. But shout out to Jacqueline. And Taylor was pressuring. Kind of like I was saying, it was going to be more calculated this time because the first fight, he was like more reckless and wild and, his holding his hands down every time he, threw a right hook or whatever and getting caught with the counters. So he definitely improved that. And then, I want to say I had it, trying to remember exactly, because I was doing it on Twitter, and I got a lot of shit for it. I don't care. But basically, I had it tied up 4-4 after 8. Catterall had the early rounds, boxing well, close rounds though. But and then I think it was round 5 and 6. That's when Taylor kind of started turning around. But then after round 8, you had round 9, and I thought Taylor took care of it. He did get he got hurt in round 11, so I had Catterall for sure in that one. But it was weird because Catterall, I don't know if you remember. Shout out to Dorado in the chat, and I think it was after round 5. Catterall looked tired, bro. Really tired. I'm like, what the hell's going on? It wasn't that much of a crazy pace. Taylor was doing good, stalking him the whole time, but it wasn't something nuts that he would be tired after 5 rounds. And that's why I started giving him those rounds because he was pressuring, landing some good combinations. He would get caught once in a while with the counters and the jab, but I don't think Catterall did enough. But he was winning and on my scorecards, but I even said it on the tweets. I'm like, yo, this is a close fight. There's I think there was 3 rounds in the middle, especially there's swing rounds. So there was at least 3-4 swing rounds. And I'm arguing with a guy on Twitter that I said that, and he says, what's swing rounds? And I stopped talking to him. I'm like, if you don't even know what swing rounds, why are you arguing with me? You don't even know about boxing. Yeah. So I had it 7-5 for Taylor, but I could easily I was saying it could have went either way. It could have been 7-5 for Catterall. Honestly, rewatching it again, I still favor the same scorecards, but I think I would have gave it to Catterall. But it was close, way closer than people thought. When I heard 117-11, I'm like, what? And everybody's like, yeah, it was a blowout. I'm like, I don't know what the hell y'all watching. Jesus Christ. But I was laughing at Bob Aaron too. He was going off.
Yeah. Right there.
It was hilarious. But I'm not mad at the decision at all. I thought Catterall could have won easily. I just didn't want to see a draw either. I know some people were saying draw. I'm like, no, I'm not trying. I honestly I don't want to see this fight again. I know it's 1-1, maybe. Maybe if Josh Taylor gets another dub or 2. I don't even think he stays in the division. But, Foxy, I'm with you. 2 rounds, same thing. I thought I could have went either way for Catterall, too. 2 rounds. I had it 7-5 either way. And some people are like, 116, 117. I'm like, y'all, I don't know what y'all. I really don't know what you're watching, bro. I'm sorry. But, it was a way better fight than the first one. So, and I had that was my only play for the night. I kept it light. I had 3 units on Taylor, and that was it. So, yeah. Well, how you feel about that fight?
I'll be honest. I thought best case scenario for Taylor was a draw. That was absolute best case because I did think Catterall won, and it is a little, it's a little irritating because we had talked previously before the show. I think I DM'd you. I'm like, man, I'm having a hard time picking who I like in this fight because I do think Josh Taylor should improve, but if he's shop worn, I did believe Catterall was going to use the jab win rounds, be the better boxer. That's kind of what happened. I was more irritated with Josh Taylor. He was having success with cutting the ring off.
Sorry, P, the mic again.
Yeah.
Went off.
Like, I'd say it was round 6, 7, 8. He started cutting the ring off really well. And then he started digging to the body of Catterall. He saw Catterall hit really bad. I think it was round 7. And Bradley getting compensated. Oh, that was good work. That was good work. Well, going. And then he just stopped. Like, he just let Catterall get off the next 2 rounds. And then he got hurt. And once he got hurt round 11, it was like over. Like, Taylor was done. And I was like, yeah, it was just really irritating, frustrating performance for me from Josh Taylor. Great performance by Jack Catterall. I thought Catterall fought very well, especially at the beginning.
I got a different. I don't know. I don't think it was a great fight for either of them. I think Taylor did better than the first fight because he looked like trash in the first fight. But Catterall definitely started well, but in mid rounds, man, when he got tired, he was not looking great.
Well, the thing was though, but he was giving him 4, 5, 6 in a row, and Taylor didn't move his head, so it looked horrible for Taylor.
The worst one was he couldn't do nothing about the jab, bro. I'm like, Taylor, like, sidestep, like, do something, like,
and that was the beginning. But when Taylor started having success, Catterall like bit down and fought back, and it looked better for Catterall. Where I was like, Taylor, you gotta get back in this. You gotta go to the body. You gotta, punch him. But he didn't want to like fight him when he was getting hit. Punched back.
For me, I think what people, how can I put it? So this is how I think I can see where people were like, oh man, Catterall was really, great performance. He was, after round 5, like I said, he was fighting spurts. Like Taylor will be winning the whole round. And then one little spurt, people will be like, oh shit, look. Because like you said, some of the optics, you want to say, like Taylor would be like this. But he was fine. But that doesn't take away. So for me, if I'm doing a fight, I'm not gonna take away a minute and a half, 2 minutes of, good performance in that round for Taylor just because of a 30-second spurt. You know what I'm saying? Unless he was like round 11, he was really hurt. Obviously he lost that round. That's how I see it. But yeah, dude, in the beginning rounds for sure, he was not taking those, especially the jab. I'm like,
oh, it was horrible.
Yeah,
then you go. I think they showed the live score, or it's not scorecard. Betting. The live betting was minus 1,400 Catterall. I was like, what the hell? What is this fight already fucking over? Like.
Hey, hold on. I want real quick, Elliot. You must not know this because I really don't like Taylor. So before you say some dumb ass comment like that, learn the facts. I hate Taylor. We're talking. This is a betting show. There's no way in hell that you could say Catterall smoked Taylor in a 2 like this. Like he won by 2 rounds in my eyes, but I think he's done, bro. Yeah, I tried to defend him in the first matchup, and I think he's either got to move up or, And I don't know if you caught that in the end. Catterall. So Catterall wants Teal, right? But they're saying obviously Catterall won. So when Matias wins, they're gonna be mandatory for each other. He's already looking for a window out. Like, I'll fight Teal. Man, I can't wait. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, Elliot likes Jack Catterall. That's
right.
Andrew Taylor lost because he didn't wear the tartan shorts. Taylor just lost because he didn't
the tartan shorts.
Like he didn't pressure enough. He didn't enough when he pressured.
I think that's why he lost the fight. Like you were saying, like the way he was taking shots, and he didn't make an adjustment against the jab. That's why Catterall won the fight. Because that jab, like from the beginning, like he didn't do anything. He just stood in the center line, just taking it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that was kind of that was kind of my worry going into the fight, because as we talked about last week when we previewed the fight, was if Taylor could even try to establish a jab, he's gonna be the taller, rangier fighter. He didn't even try. Yeah, Catterall won the fight. Catterall's gonna get knocked out when he fights a top guy. Like that's what's gonna happen.
I hope he get good lines. See, we gotta agree on that, Elliot. I don't like neither of them. They're both bums. I want to say bums, but they're not that great. Yeah, I try to be respectful a little bit.
Segue into that with winner circle. Do either of you believe Wilder can last 12 rounds at this stage of his career? We will get right into that fight right now. This week's main event, as always, the odds are by our good friends at mybookie.ag. If you guys could deposit bonus match, credit debit, use promo code PUBSPORTS, 50% credit debit, 100% Bitcoin up to $1,000. Use the Bitcoin. Current odds have Big Bang Jang as a minus 170 favorite. Comeback on Wilder is plus 130. Round props, 6.5, juice to the over, minus 130. Daniel, let you start with this weekend's main event. Does Wilder have anything left in the tank, as we saw against Joseph Parker, or does Big Bang Jang get him out of there, or what are you thinking?
I'll be honest, man. Ever since this fight got announced, I already knew I was gonna have a hard time deciding. Even with like tape study, they lost to the same guy, Parker. I cashed on both. Thank God. Parker's the man. He made me some money on those. But this fight coming up, like it's like Zhang. He's 41 years old. Wilder's getting up there too. He's like 38, I think. And Wilder looked horrible against Parker, bro. Like,
yeah,
so
really
bad,
really bad.
Like robotic as hell, like
not even wanting to punch,
nothing. Like,
yeah.
and I try. I'm not like a huge narrative guy or anything like that. I try to listen to what it is. Like I listen to interviews and things like that. And Wilder even said it in that fight, like he couldn't pull the trigger. He didn't know why. Like his mind was saying, yeah, like do this, but he just couldn't. And you do not want to hear that. It's like stuff like that. And plus, like in the recent, like literally last week, the interview, he said, if I lose, highly, I'm gonna retire. So he's already thinking about that. I hate seeing that. Like, but the only thing that makes me think is heavyweight, and heavyweight is just one punch. Anything can happen. Even if you could talk about retirement, you could talk about this. You can't like discredit his power. Obviously, his right hand's crazy, and it was just a bad matchup for both. Parker's just elusive, good boxer, good footwork, like complete like nightmare for both of them.
And good chin.
You knocked him down. Zhang knocked him down multiple times. He got up and he's like, "Fuck." So Zhang, another guy, he's 41, southpaw. The thing with him, after 6 rounds, he starts. Oh my God, he's already flat-footed. He starts gassing, becoming more flat-footed. He came super heavy, which it was weird. He came in super heavy in that fight against Parker. I will say this: I don't know his actual weight, but he does look leaner. I gotta wait for weigh-ins. I'm leaning towards Zhang. I'll be honest. I'm leaning towards Zhang. But I haven't put a bet or anything out yet. I gotta wait for weigh-ins to see where Zhang's at. If he's like 291, 292 again, like I can't. I might not even bet the fight. I'll be honest. But I think Zhang gets him out of there, bro. Just because I trust Zhang's chin more. He's never been knocked out. You know what I mean? He's got a couple losses or whatever, but he's never been knocked out. Wilder, yeah, he's been knocked out by Fury, whatever, and it takes a lot for him to get him out of there. But Parker was destroying him too. He was getting catch anything he wanted, and like man, Zhang has more power than Parker, and if he catches you, bro, it's gonna be over. Like, and then the whole thing with Wilder, like talking about retirement and this and that, this and the third, and I just can't trust him. Like, if I put money on this fight, it's gotta be Zhang. So I'm leaning Zhang money line in this one. I think he gets him out of there like mid rounds.
Yeah, I mean, kind of with what a winner circle and Andrew G both were saying with Wilder. I was more disappointed in Wilder than Zhang, because Zhang, yeah, we know what we're getting out of Zhang. With Wilder, it's really like, dude, you got to jab, you got to move like you're skinny. You can't just sit in front of these big ass heavyweights and get beat into a pulp like over and over. He should retire. Like the Fury fight took everything out of him. Kind of what we were talking about last week in regards to Taylor. Did Taylor lose it? And
I mean, he basically did retire for a little bit.
Yeah. I think Wilder's done. Like I think he's done. I could not, with a good conscience, bet him. I almost think, I know it's sort of counterintuitive, I almost think the play here is the over 6.5 rounds. I think it's going to be a pretty crummy fight, to be honest. I think Zhang will be winning the rounds, and with what Andrew G was saying and like a lot of the other guys in chat, if Wilder isn't engaging, if he's not throwing punches, he's not winning rounds. Zhang's at least going to throw punches because he did knock Parker down late. It was either
I think it was round 9.
Yeah, it's like later in the fight, so at least he's still throwing a bit. Yeah, he's not throwing a lot, but at least he's still engaging. So my play will be the over. Over 6.5 rounds is minus 130. And if I had to take a side, I would take Zhang.
Is it 6.5 now?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying online. Yeah.
Cause I swear it was 7.5, so they moved it probably.
Yeah, fight doesn't go to decisions minus 450. Fight goes the distance plus 300. Wilder decision plus 1,200. That is not happening. I can almost guarantee that. Zhang decision plus 600. Wilder doesn't win rounds. I mean, he loses rounds every fucking fight.
I mean, Zhang don't either, bro. They both don't.
I know. This could be a horrible fight.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Shout our guy Mario Barros in the chat.
420.
Big wins for Mr. Mario Barros 420. They have either to get KO round 7-12 at plus 260. Does Wilder hang on? Danny, what are your thoughts on that prop?
Ah, man, this is just a tricky ass fight for me, bro. Like, I mean, I can see it because Wilder has more KOs in the than Zhang in the back half of fights. Like, he's got 9, 10. But that was back in the day. I don't know what I'm getting now. Like I said, I'm having a hard time with this fight, but I gotta go with Zhang. I'm going with Zhang. He looks more motivated, more trimmed down than the last fight. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's it does suck we lost the Better BF fight.
I know.
That's definitely the highlight of this card. Elliot, is it safe to bet that either fighter gets a knockdown?
I mean, that's gotta be juice.
Yeah, because they're saying it's gonna be a KO.
Yeah, that's gotta be. I don't know what the line is, but you're not gonna get a good line for that. But I mean, I hate playing those too because like you never know. Like especially heavyweight, it could be one of those like either or. They get stunned and they take like 10 straight big shots, and the ref just says, dude, you're taking too much, against the ropes, and it's over.
Yeah, like that's how kind of Fury like stops his opponent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But
yeah,
I wish I could be more confident, but yeah, it's low confidence for me on this one.
Yeah, and I mean Foxy's saying kind of what I was like alluding to earlier. Against Ortiz, Wilder lost every round, then he knocked Ortiz out. Yeah.
Yep.
So
this is another thing too. Like, if you really think about it, like, who the hell has Wilder beat? I think that's his best win, Luis Ortiz.
Yeah. I mean, heavyweight was bad forever, and then Fury like kind of
like. I mean,
I
always thought he was a hype job.
One trick, he's a one trick.
Yeah. I mean, of course, everybody loves the knockouts and heavyweight. And he's athletic and stuff like that. But he hasn't beat anybody. And that first fight with Fury was not a draw, bro. Like Fury won that fight. But I mean, it is what it is. I just hope somebody gets knocked out. I hope it's not sloppy and.
Oh yeah, I mean, if this fight goes 12 rounds, there's gonna be like hugging.
But we can see. Well, we both agree. We both agree that can happen in this fight. Dude.
Yeah.
It definitely can. We'll see.
I don't think it's going to be as exciting as the promoters want it to be.
At least it'll probably be exciting because this is like the 5 versus 5, the two promotions.
Yeah.
Frank Warren, and Eddie Hearn. So they got like a point system. Like if you go a decision, you get a point. If you get the KO, it's 2 points, and the two captains get the double points. So whatever they do is double. So it's Wilder as a captain. You got Cherise as the captain. So it could play out like that fight either way. Might be whoever wins. Like if it's Zhang by knockout, can win for the promotion, or Wilder. Yeah. Since Wilder's the captain, if he gets a knockout, it'll be double. So, who knows? So at least it'll make it interesting if it is a boring fight.
Yeah.
But I can't, because everybody, that's the easiest way to say, oh, yeah, it's Zhang and Wilder. It's going to be first who lands is over. That's all I'm hearing. Like, that's not true. That's not true. Like, okay, somebody's not going to land the first round or second round, third round. I don't know. You can't say one punch is going to kill him.
No, I would like make my best bet because
I tell you, it's fun though. I agree, G. Like I've had like distance, bro. I live bet Parker against Zhang by decision at plus, I think it was like plus 1,400 or something crazy, and I had to sit through like 7.5, 8 rounds, and he got knocked down in round 9. I'm like, no shit.
Yeah,
but it was a sweat. But hey, those are the most fun bets to hit, though.
Oh yeah, betting. Yeah, I mean betting overs suck. Like, it almost sucks more when you bet the KO and they don't get the KO.
Yeah, that's why I try to tell people. Yeah. This is how you gotta look at it. You're either rooting for something. Is it basketball and fighting? Either you're gonna root for somebody. Oh, get the KO. Oh, be more pressure. But then get mad because he's not throwing more, has him hurt. Or
and then they win the fight, and you're just
or the opposite, like don't punch, hug them. You're rooting for something. It's the same thing, but yeah, it's fun. It's gambling. That's how it is.
Okay, let's break down some of the undercard. There is at least one. Obviously, Bivol is going to fight on the card as well, but I wanted to touch on the Daniel Dubois fight. Daniel Dubois taking on Hrgović. Hrgović is minus 250. Dubois plus 190. Fight goes distance plus 200. Hrgović KO minus 115. Dubois KO plus 350. I know some people, I don't know if it's in our chat, thought Dubois knocked out Usyk. That did not happen. But
whatever.
Danny, what are your thoughts on this fight, Dubois Hrgović? I'm kind of actually leaning what Foxy's saying here.
Cheers, Swig. I'm drinking water though. I did a lot of drinking this vacation in Puerto Rico in the weekend, but I'll be drinking on Saturday though, for sure. Yeah, this is a good fight. This is, bro. All these fights are like perfect matchups, except maybe one, but. This fight right here, obviously, Dubois is trying to get this win. He's got 2 L's by KO, but it's, by Usyk and Joe Joyce. He did bounce back in his last fight. Got like a last second KO. Against I'm forgetting his name now.
Yeah, Jarrell Miller.
No, Miller. Yeah.
Baby. Yeah.
And now, Hrgović, this is another fight for him too, to really get his name out there. A lot of people don't know about him all like that, like casual, boxing fans. So whoever wins this fight, Dubois gets a bounce back, maybe gets a bigger fight. Hrgović gets his name out there, gets a big fight. They're talking about Anthony Joshua. But yeah, I'm with you, Foxy, real quick. Like I like Hrgović in this one. I think you could parlay him. I hate parlaying heavyweights because, like I said, you never know, man. One punch, just like UFC too. Like it's a weird division sometimes, but you can't parlay him. I think he gets it done like middle rounds, like around like 7, 8. He's a good boxer. What I like about him, he can switch it up. You know what I mean? He could be patient, levels, body shots, jab, picks his shots. And we all know about Dubois, like all his wins, almost all his wins except 2 are inside 6 rounds. After that, bro, like say what you want, man. I know he's weak-minded, bro. Like after 6 rounds, if things ain't going his way, he is a quitter. I don't care what people like. A lot of people agree with me, but like he is a quitter. Once he sees a way out, he's out. Like it's over. Like and I think with a killer like Hrgovic in there, I don't think if Dubois don't land anything early and gets him out of there and like under 5 rounds, he's gonna get hurt. I think Hrgovic is gonna get him out of there like round 8.
Yeah, I love Hrgovic. I think he's right up there at the top for heavyweight boxing for rankings or whatever you want to say because of the boxing.
Because he's got skills. He actually got skills, not like his power.
Yeah, and yeah, he moves very well too for the weight, and he just looks really good like whenever he fights. And yeah, I like him a lot. I'm not talking anyone off Hrgovic money line. The props are a little tough because, like I said, the KO is like -120 decision. You think he should get the KO, but the money line's not crazy, like -250.
No.
So I think it's definitely parlayable, and kind of what we just touched on earlier. I hate doing he's going to get the KO, then he wins a decision. It's like, man,
yeah, I can see that too.
So
see that.
Yeah, Foxy, it is. This is, I believe, for a title, and then I don't know what they were saying, but they're saying something. I don't know if they're going to strip or whatever, but the rematch is going to be another like undisputed. They're basically saying, I don't know how
it's weird because like the last interview, like literally right now, like what was it called, the Rivals or whatever.
Yeah.
The guy talking to Hrgovic brought that up. He was like, "Are you mad that this is not for the belt or whatever?" And Hrgovic is like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "It's not for the belt or whatever." He's like, "Yes, it is." Like, who told you that? So it's like, I don't know. So I'm guessing it is. I think it is. But
yeah, from my understanding, this is going to be for a championship, and then somehow though they're already marketing the rematch as undisputed again. I don't know how it's going to work.
It's so weird. Yeah.
But yeah, I like Hrgovic here. I like Hrgovic here quite a bit. Other fight, obviously, Dimitri Bivol. We don't get the fight versus Artur Beterbiev. Instead, he's taking on Malik Zaneed. Danny, thoughts on this fight? I mean, it's Bivol. He's a huge favorite.
I mean, real quick, Elliot. Yeah, I don't get why people are so mad about that decision against Zhang and Hrgovic. I thought Hrgovic won enough rounds. Like Zhang sucks at winning minutes. Like he don't win minutes a lot in rounds. Like if you don't get the knockdown or whatever, which that knockdown was questionable because he kind of hooked him behind the head and went like this, like a push. He wasn't really hurt. He got back up, whatever. But I thought he clearly won. But I see that's the thing, Elliot, bro. Like I honestly I haven't been one of those that have been. I know a lot of people on Twitter have been betting Bivol KO for like years, and it hasn't happened. I remember I had him by decision the last fight, which was sweaty as fuck. So I understand why people are mad, because you could have stopped that fight. But me, obviously, having Bivol by decision, I was happy as hell. This one, he's fine. I can't say his name. What was the name again? I forget his name.
Malik Zaneed.
Yeah, I caught a couple of his fights or whatever. He's linky, good reach, tall. He's got but he's pretty basic. Like he's got a really nice one too, but he spams it a lot. Like it's easy to time if you're fighting somebody. I forget the guy he was fighting in his last fight. It was just like, he was doing the whole Josh Taylor thing, not moving. Like, he wasn't really a mover. He was the power puncher, trying to land big hooks that you could see a mile away. So Zahid or whatever was like moving back, easily and countering him 1-2, pop, 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 pop. That's it. And but he's a good boxer, good jab, nice one too. But like, there's nothing really complex about him. Like he doesn't like move to the side, pivot, work the angles and things like that. And I think Bivol was supposed to fight Beterbiev, so he's been working his ass off for that fight. And now he fights somebody that's way lower class. And unless he's, Bivol's like really not caring about this guy, For me, I think he's gonna be mad. Not getting the big fight. Comes in here and tries to make a statement. I can see. Definitely see a late stoppage here. It's just if I'm gonna bet her now. I'm probably just gonna do like round 9-12. I think it's like plus 350 ish. Because I think 7-12. I think 7-12 is like plus 187. I think it's later. And I think he gets him out of here. TKO, ref stops it. After a couple, maybe one knockdown, and the guy's just too hurt. 9-12. That's what I'm looking at. But I'm not gonna bet it heavy because we know sometimes biblical just cruise to a decision.
Yeah. I'm not gonna knock anyone for taking late round Bivol props, but he should have won. I would have had him over Beterbiev if the fight did happen, but hopefully it does happen later this year and we actually get that huge fight. Shout out 2 cents in the chat.
2 cents.
And we'll touch on these 2 fights as Foxy just brought them up. Danny, which one would you like to touch on here?
Both. Don't matter to me.
Okay.
I love both.
We did see, I think you saw the clip today. Emma Williams was shadowboxing as the devil or something today in the ring. So that was something. Current odds for Williams versus Austin Williams taking on Hamza Shariz has Hamza as a minus 240 favorite. Austin Williams plus 180. Round props as always. Fight goes to distance plus 110. Fight doesn't minus 140. Danny, thoughts on this one? You think Austin Williams gets it done, or does Hamza take him out?
I love this fight, man. I really love this fight. Talking about the captains, Shiraz is the captain in this one. So whatever he does, he gets double points. We got Ammo Williams. He's a funny character. He's out there like he speaks his mind, which I respect, but like he does some funny shit. He's talking about he's gonna bring out the tiger. Talking about that video you were saying, like he's wearing there's a tail. He's literally got a tiger tail.
Yeah.
And he's doing crazy shit, whatever. But Shiraz, a lot of people know him, but like he's only 24. Dude's lanky and tall, and long ass arms for the division. He's legit, man. He's got good power, a great jab. But he's another tall guy that likes, to fight inside too, though. So he'll give up his advantages to go in there and bang it out. And there was one fight that he fought, I forgot his first name, but Skeet. And he got dropped in that fight, but he wasn't like super hurt or anything. He got back up and actually finished the job and got him out of there. I think it was round 9. But that fight showed me, though, he's got another thing. Like, everybody falls in love with height, but these guys, tend to have that tall man defense, man. They leave that chin up there. It's easier to hit. And even though he's a favorite, Ammo Williams has more rounds. He's fought one more 10-rounders and things like that. I think Shiraz has only been to the 9th and 10th like twice, if I'm not mistaken. Ammo Williams has fought the better competition. So this is going to be a step up for Shiraz. So I don't understand the line personally. I think it should be closer to a pick'em. If you want to put Shiraz as the favorite, I don't mind minus 150. But besides, early in his career, so Ammo Williams started kind of late in boxing, but he's one of those late bloomers that every fight he's like improving. Dude's a athletic freak, explosive, good footwork. Really like fast hand speed. He works the ring really well and things like that. And I like Ammo in this one, man. I think it should be a pick'em. So I'm taking a dog in this one. If you want to go sit, I was thinking no distance, but these guys are pretty durable. I mean, you've never seen somebody get knocked out or whatever. But I think this is the type Ammo's been talking a big game. He's saying he's going for the, you're going to see everything. That's why he said, I'm going to be my tiger. You guys haven't seen the best of me yet. I'm going for a crazy knockout. And Shiraz is, he's got tons of knockout, big power. So If you want to go the safe route, I'll probably do no distance. But I think Ammo does what he says, man. I think he catches him. I think he'll be losing some of the first, 4 or 5 rounds because, the reach advantage and stuff like that. But he's explosive, bro. And Shiraz better be careful with that chin up there with a counter because another thing I like too, Ammo's a southpaw. Shiraz is not a southpaw at all, I think. If it was like way back in the day because I didn't see any southpaws. So that's another thing too. So, but I'm happy with this fight because this is another fight. Whoever wins, gonna get their name out there. People are gonna start knowing them. Get big fights, man. This whole card, man. I know 2 Cents put it, with Hrgovic and Dubois, but tune into this card, bro. Like we don't get these. This is awesome. Like promoter against promoter, point system, big fights, title fight. Like it could have been way bigger with better Biev and Bivol, but I still think. I still think it's great. And Elliott, that's exactly what I think, bro. I love betting on underdogs that actually got the dog in them. I think he's got the dog in him. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'll give the Saudi guys all the credit because every fight they've made, it's usually 3 or 4 fights. It's not just the one fight. And then the next one, it's the Crawford, and then
they are paying.
We talk about all the time.
These guys got so much money.
Tim Zoo's on that card, and there's some other fights. So, all the credit to them because they're making some big fights. I believe there's one more fight right on the card. Nick Ball versus Raymond Ford. Like that's
Well, like Foxy said, the Richards and
Hutchinson. Yeah.
That one, I agree. That's more of a domestic fight, but like, if you guys tune into the interviews and stuff, these guys do not like each other. There's been a lot of trash talking. Like they want to knock each other out. Hutchinson's been that one's interesting. That one's really interesting because Hutchinson's 24, 25. Richards is 34. He has fought Bivol. Has fought good competition. And it's kind of is the young man going to take over against the older man and things like that? So, but the Nick Ball and Raymond Ford, another great fight. I love that fight. I had 2 bets on them in their last fights. I bet on Ford, which this fight was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy fight.
Yeah.
Odobek against him for the belt. That shit was nuts.
Yeah.
From start to finish, bro. Odobek looked great in the beginning. Great jab, good power, good footwork. And then I think I want to say it's kind of hard to remember now, but I think it was I want to say 5-1 the first 6 rounds or close to it, right? And then Ford made an adjustment. He found success pressuring Odobek, so he started doing that. So he won most of the middle rounds and things like that, but he was still down. Because Odobek got a second win. He started getting tired, but he got a second win late. I think he ran 1 or 2 rounds in the end. And he was up on my scorecards. And then in the 12th round, the 11th round, I was that headbutt. And Odobek, won that round. But, because he got cut. Ford got cut or whatever. He was trying to, be cautious. And the guy told him, bro, we need that dog in him. Like we were talking about, like Elliot brought up in the chat. And that's the reason why I bet on him too. And he basically said, I got you. So round 12, he was pressuring him, hurt him, dropped him. And then he hurt him again once he got back up. There was 10 seconds left or something like that.
Yeah, the fight was basically over.
Yeah, he hurt him so bad that it looked like he was trying to run out the ring.
Yeah, that was
literally.
And waiting for the timer to.
And I was and some people had a issue with the stoppage. I'm like, you cannot do that. First of all, he fell into the ropes. Once you turn your back running away, the fight's over. You can't do that. Once you turn your back like this, it's over. So there was a little controversy. I didn't think it was, you could say what you want. I had a bet on Ford, but I know that as a boxing fan and I love the sport. I know about it. You cannot do that. That fight was crazy. So, yeah, he won the belt by that. Nick Ball, a lot of people think he got robbed. I thought he won the fight by 2 rounds. I don't think he got robbed. He had 2 late knockdowns in that second half of the fight. His mistake was he was fighting Ray Vargas that had a lot of height and length, and he had issues in the beginning. But like I was pissed at him because like he wasn't fighting his fight. It took him 6 rounds or whatever to like really fight his fight and pressure him and start swinging like he usually does. So when he finally did that, he found success. But I thought he swept him second half with the 2 10-8s. So I thought he won that fight. But I got Ford in this one. I think he's the better overall boxer. I think there's more ways to win. He's the better accurate striker, in my opinion. Another thing, Nick Ball hasn't faced a southpaw in a long time. And Nick Ball is just he's just one-dimensional, honestly. Like, he's a wrecking ball. That's why I would say he lives up to his name. He goes forward, he throws a lot of volume and good, decent power. Forward, he's got angles. He's gonna fight off the back foot, good distance management, and he's learned from one of the best at that, at Shakur Stevenson. And don't be surprised if he switches it up, man. He's the one pressuring him. And Ball cannot fight off the back foot, bro. I'll tell you that right now. So that would be my game plan if I'm Ford, but I like Ford in that one. But that's gonna be a great fight.
Yeah, I have no disagreement there because Ball just looked lost, like bad against Vargas until then. He did pressure him. It's just the way he pressures him. He's so small, where it's like he just like punches up and throws him against the ropes. And yeah, I just don't love how Nick Ball fights. Like, it's not pleasing, like, to the eye watch him fight. So yeah, I like Ford. Yeah, I like Ford here quite a bit. Yeah, that's a good comparison. He's got that little
Ricky Hatton. Yeah, it's fun to watch. Yeah, I like Ball. I like Ball. It's just like when we're talking about betting or like he's not like there's nothing technical or he doesn't have like angles or anything like that. Like he's not super skilled at boxing or anything like that. But he tries to outwork you. That's what it is, and it hurts you at the same time. Like
and then we saw what happened when Ricky Hatton fought good boxers. He got killed bad. Yeah. So I don't mind that. I actually thought Odebek would have won the decision if he did stay.
He was up on 2 scorecards.
Yeah. So I like that. I like that Raymond Ford pick a lot because that's a crazy fight with what he did to Odebek. So no disagreement for me on that one at all. Danny, you got anything else you would like to touch on before we wrapped up with some best bets?
No, like we said that the other fight was Richards and Hutchison. I'm still torn on that one, so really nothing, to give you on that, but should be that's gonna be an interesting fight for me because I've been following them, like their interviews and stuff, and they're pretty heated with each other, so should be interesting. But my best bet overall on the card or just the Zhang and Wilder?
I think overall is
I'm gonna go Ford money line. I like Ford money line. I think he gets it done. I got it at 150 minus 150. It might be still out there, but there's a lot of books out there already got it like minus 175, 170, 160.
Yeah.
But I go with Raymond Ford. I think he gets it done.
Yeah, I do like that quite a bit. I'm gonna go with that over in the main event, over 6.5 rounds. I just don't see a quick knockout here. Just going off both guys' last performance, they're not high volume, high output, punchers at all, and I think Wilder's basically done. So, secondary bet would be Big Bang, but. Give me over 6.5 rounds in the main event. And I don't fault people parlaying Hrgovic either. I do like that.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Foxy's with you there. And Elliot is saying Ford is struggling to make weight, though.
Yeah, he always does. I mean, he's a big – when he won the last fight, he was already talking about moving up. But what I like about him, he don't give a shit. He puts everything on Twitter, bro. He put his weight down. So today they're all supposed to make a certain weight. He's already at 129, and he said, which they do. They actually got a little bit. I think like 3 more hours than usual to rehydrate.
Oh,
So
that's good.
that's even better. So I'll tell you now, I already got a pretty big bet on him, but I'm gonna wait till weigh-ins just to make sure if he looks fine. I think he will be fine. To add more because I really like him in that spot.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a very good fight too to make for that division with where both
Yeah,
guys are at in their career. So yeah, should be a very good one. As it says down below, guys, because would be so inclined, you could become a gold member here at Pub Sports Radio. There's 2 weekly horse races on the Bang with the Bag show, $50 to the winner of those 2 horse races. Give us a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. Really appreciate it. Drop a comment down below with your thoughts. Your guys' thoughts on this weekend's fights, your best bets, what you like, what you don't like, and just overall opinion on the boxing space. Danny, I'll let you kind of close us out there with any final words I think you'd like to touch on.
no, like you said, smash that like button. Do us a favor and follow Pub Sports Radio and subscribe. Follow the Twitter X. Follow me on Twitter X and IG and TikTok at Danny Betts with 2 Z's. And if you're interested, I got Patreon. Just Danny Betts with 2 Z's. And no, we'll be back. It was kind of my fault we didn't do Tuesday, but I had a beater. Yesterday was my niece's graduation. Shout out to her. So
Yeah,
that's why.
congratulations.
Yeah, she got a full ride scholarship too. So I'm a proud uncle.
There we go.
So next Tuesday we should be good to go for next week.
Beautiful. Yeah, that will do it for us, guys. Thank you, Winner's Circle, with the nice comment. We'll be back for sure next week, at least recapping this week's fights. Next week, there's really only the Xander Zayas fight, which is kind of tough. And then the week after, we got 2 big fights with Matias and
oh my god, I can't wait.
Return to Tank Davis, who, as we know, is my favorite fighter. That'll be it for us, guys. Tune in to the fellas this weekend. UFC live stream, huge pay-per-view fight, Makhachev Poirier. Watch all the shows, subscribe, all the content. See you guys next week. Main event, Talkin Hands. Peace, guys.